That's sated and right up on LeBron James.
What is going on, you guys? Welcome to another episode of Head At Podcast, man. I hope you guys are doing well. You know, before I get started, man, let's be positive, man. Like and subscribe, man. Click the noti bell. Let's get a noti gang going, bro. And stay blessed, man. Let's get right into it. Paul Pierce is about to get fired from another fucking job. Okay? We know what happened last time. I don't want to harp on it too much, man. That's my nigga, the truth. Shout out Paul Pierce, man. But this nigga just can't stop. Whatever he doing, bro, he can't stop it, bro. And I can't blame him for it. But y'all knew what y'all were doing. I don't feel like he should get fired. I'll have a video clip for it. Actually, I'll probably just play it now.
I just didn't think what they were doing was sustainable. Look at this. First 3 games, look at it. Look at this nigga Key. DiVincenzo was averaging 29.
As you can see, my nigga Paul Pierce didn't mean no harm, man. He just being him, bro. You really can't get mad at him, bro. But you see Skip Bayless' face, so I knew he probably went to HR after that. Skip Bayless got a habit of not being regular around us. So let's get right into it, bro. The Nuggets entitled the fucking series up. I thought it was over. Like, I thought I was gonna wake up both game 3 and 4 and it'd say that they got swept. I ain't gonna say I was hoping on their downfall, but I really didn't expect them to catch on to the Timberwolves so fast. The last 2 games Rudy Gobert has played, I think he's fucking up the offense a little bit because he's help side defensing, but he's not really helping. He's really being detrimental to, and he's letting Aaron Gordon in that dunker spot get away with a lot, which is why he went 11 for 12 last game. Anthony Edwards had 44, I want to say, in the loss to them in game 4. That's where Aaron Gordon had his 11 for 12, man. He was going to fuck off, man. When Aaron Gordon is right there in that dunker spot, he's making that dunker spot fun. As we know, real hoopers who watch a lot of ball would know that dunker spot is almost a death sentence, man. You really don't get the ball a lot right there. But Jokic and the Nuggets have become I know they have their own identity, but like the Spurs 2.0, to where they can manipulate a defense how they want. And it just so happens that dunker spot is a sweet spot now. It wasn't before. It's become the sweet spot. And I'm really happy about it. I love a good play run. The Pacers have tied up the series as well against the Knicks. They're doing a great job of guarding this nigga Jalen Brunson, man. And Jalen Brunson is playing with a foot injury. I don't want to call it an injury. He's playing with foot pain. There's a difference between injury and pain. We all know. They're guarding him 94 feet, and he just still thinks that he can just dribble through it on a hurt foot. And that's their downfall right there, man. Also, Josh Hart had 2 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. That also hurt them. DiVincenzo has been doing exceptionally well. He earned that money. But Josh Hart, man, I was kind of disappointed. I think this is the first game since January he's had under, I want to say, 9 rebounds. He's been playing, over 40 minutes every game. And I pride Tom Thibodeau on letting the guys who are actually conditioned enough to do that to play. But I feel like his rotations are looking a little weird now. There's no real adjustments that are being made that are for the betterment of them not being tired. I don't know how else to say it, but they're tired, bro. They're fatigued. And by the time this airs, the game will be on. I'll try to get to it, man. I was catching up on my Gills Arena. Shout out Gills Arena, man. I was catching up on it. I really love watching those guys. Shout out the whole cast of Gills Arena, man. Catching up on a lot of Gills Arena. So, I'll try to catch the game. Make sure I get my diagnostics from there. Anthony Edwards needs a little bit of help, bro. And by help, I mean they need to get Rudy Gobert the fuck off the court. Congratulations to him, I guess. I don't want to make it seem like a backhanded compliment, but he won Defensive Player of the Year, and I really was hoping that Wemby would have got it because Wemby was way more deserving as far as the defense goes. The defensive player of the year is called that for a reason. He averaged 3.6 blocks. Let's start there. He alters shots. Rudy Gobert does alter shots, but I feel like what the NBA did last year with not trying to let Jokic win 3 consecutive MVPs because they were trying to conserve Bird's legacy, and I love Bird, but they were trying to conserve Bird's legacy by doing that, and you felt sorry for Embiid when Embiid should have got it the year before, and then Embiid's on par to win it this year, and instead of giving it to him or Shea, who was probably a little more deserving, you can make an argument for it, or Luka, you gave it to Jokic again. So now he has 3 in 4 years, and he gets to, in some way, shape, or form, be as good as Bird right now, but not just as good because he didn't win 3 in a row. But you let Rudy Gobert be tied with Dikembe Mutombo and Ben Wallace for 4 Defensive Player of the Year's awards in history, and you just let this man think that he's like the best defender in the world now. I mean, he's a great defender. I'm not taking anything away from him, but Wemby came in, Rookie of the Year, altering these shots. His team is like the highest defensive ranked team when he's on the floor, and he's only playing 28 to 33 minutes a game. Imagine when he starts playing 40 minutes, 36 to 40 minutes a game. That whole 3.6 blocks is going to go up to 4 and 5. He's going to start clearing the table on all these accolades, and it started with you should have gave it to him this year. This should have been the first time, and I want to research it because I don't want to be completely wrong, but a Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year. Like, it's just that simple, bro. And he could probably win Most Improved next year and Defensive Player of the Year, and he can get a lot of awards in a row, but you decided to snub him this year, and I really feel like they shouldn't have. But I mean, I guess they gotta make their money's worth. Rudy Gobert gonna fucking get fined again because he made that money symbol at the refs again, and I'll put that soundbite here. Here you go.
Towns 3. Rebound Gobert with a whistle. And it's on Minnesota with a push. You're right. Pushing it back by Gobert.
So as you can see, this nigga has no mercy for the refs. I forgot who the refs were for that game, but if it was Scott Foster, man, I can understand why he did it. So I don't want to be completely mad at him about it. I just don't feel like he should have got Defensive Player of the Year, man. I feel like Rudy's fucking up the offense a lot. So they need to switch that. They need to make that a big adjustment for them tonight, because whoever wins this game, I feel like is momentum enough to win that next game, Game 6. Both teams are doing Game 5 tonight, man, and I really feel like they need that momentum. Because, I mean, I'm going for the underdogs in the Pacers and New York, which will be kind of both of them, but I'm really kind of going for the point guards, which would be Jalen Brunson and Tyrese Halliburton. So either one of them win, and I feel like I win. I want the Timberwolves to beat the shit out of the Nuggets. I love Anthony Edwards, man. I feel like he's doing great as far as being the face of the NBA. His talk, his walk, He's very competitive, as we see. He wants it a lot. He wants his name and likeness. He wants everything. He wants to be talked about, and in the conversation of being a great player. I feel like a lot of people are fucking up his career in the sense that they keep trying to compare him to Jordan so early. We know how Jordan was. He averaged like 28 his rookie year, his first 4 years, and his 22. Jordan at 22, we seen that year. What was that, 88? 88 or 89, both years are crazy. I think he won Defensive Player of the Year when he was 22. So that would make him Defensive Player of the Year, MVP, most steals and blocks by a guard that year, I believe. All-Star MVP. Like, damn near cleared the table, bro. Damn near cleared the fucking table. And then the next year he had 32, 8, and 8. But I'll get into it in another video, man. Frank Vogel and Darvin Ham got fired. I know for sure Frank Vogel got fired, but I'm seeing that the coaching staff for the Lakers got fired. Darvin Ham has been the coach for 2 or 3 years. Frank Vogel's only been the coach for the Suns for 1 year, and y'all are already trying to get rid of this man. Like, I mean, it's a first round exit, man. A lot of niggas get fired for less. Shout out Adrian Griffin. went 33-13 and got fired. All because Giannis don't like him. Don't like being held accountable, I guess. I think that was a month where everybody was scoring 70. So I'm guessing he wanted his points. Whatever the case may be, man. I feel like they shouldn't have got fired. I feel like they should have got another year to kind of buffer it out because as far as the Suns, Bradley Beal was hurt a lot. He was dealing with a lot of injuries, so I'll give it to him. The offense didn't get a chance to click, and now you're going to introduce them to another coach who probably wants a different system as far as having the ball in the scorer's hands, and it might fuck it up all the way, and when you really had the potential to do something else. So as far as Darvin Ham goes, man, I feel like his problem was just the coaching staff. So if he's still the coach and the coaching staff just got fired, as far as the people around him, I feel like they should bring in more people that are willing to not only hold him accountable for his bad adjustments, but listen, tell, like, I feel like he should be able to listen as far as when it's time to challenge a play. Mind you, he played in the league, and he wasn't that guy. He wasn't, maybe he was a 7th or 8th man on the bench, and that's not bad, but he's not seeing the game the same because he just wants to play. Not coming his character, I'm just talking about him as a player. He doesn't see the game the same. He sees the game. He played basketball for a long time. He doesn't see the game the same as somebody like Monty Williams. Shout out Monty Williams. Billy Donovan. People like that. Like, they see the game a little different. Okay. Let me see. Player coach now. Jason Kidd. He won't see the floor as the same as Jason Kidd or Scott Brooks or something like that. Shout out Scott Brooks and Jason Kidd, man. So I feel like they should have got some time. As far as Frank Vogel, Darvin Ham, I mean, you probably could have fired him just because how he's been. I mean, they only won the in-season tournament since he's been there. So I think like 2 first-round exits and shit like that. So Frank Vogel should have got another chance to really kind of like smooth it out. Really, I feel like there was a lot of potential with that group. But I feel like he shouldn't have fired the coach so early. I feel like coaches don't really get a chance nowadays to really show their stuff. As far as their system, some just probably need to be fucking fired, and I understand that, man. I'm not, Asia Wilson, shout out Asia Wilson, man. She got her shoe, bro. I'm really proud of her. I will say, I was kind of mad when Caitlin Clark got her $10 million Nike contract, and it wasn't race reasons. Asia Wilson is a back-to-back champion, multiple accolades. I can't even read them shits off. I'm not even gonna lie to you. She has a long list of accolades, bro. She should have had a shoe. Sheryl Swoopes had a shoe. 4-time champion, 3-time defensive player of the year. Like, Sheryl Swoopes is Mount Rushmore WNBA basketball player. Like, she has the accolades that a lot of our all-time favorites don't have, and she had a shoe. Asia should have had a shoe. Kelsey Plum, somebody who should have had a shoe. Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird. Like, I don't know if they had shoes. I don't really remember, but people who should have had a shoe before Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark's coming in as the new face of the league, and that's good for her, and I hope she gets everything that she's deserving of, because she's coming in and she's getting those tickets sold. And something that I've been advocating for, that the WNBA should really get that paid, because people should start understanding that there are some good players in the WNBA. So I'm really happy that Asia Wilson got hers. Her just due, her just desserts. Big ups to her, man. I really love it. Opening night tonight, man. The Liberty versus the Mystics, the Fever versus the Sun, the Mercury versus the Aces, and the Lynx versus the Storm. They really need to put the Seattle Supersonics back in Seattle, bro. The Seattle Storm cannot be the only team. I think they have a hockey team up there too. They can't be the only like basketball team up there, bro. And the Supersonics have like one of the most iconic jerseys, bro. You gonna take that away from us? They already took away the Raptors. They took away the Raptors design. You took away the Raptors design. You took away the old Orlando Magic's pinstripe design. They took away a lot of good designs that we should have had through these years, man. And the Wizards gold, the Washington Wizards gold and black, man. I feel like the Seattle Supersonics should come back. I feel like they'll get a lot of tickets sold. Like, put one of the California teams up there. Put like the Sacramento Kings up there, man. I feel like California doesn't need 4 teams. They can stay on the West, though. They can stay on the West. I feel like we need to add a couple more teams, though. yeah, put them back up there, bro. I'm really happy. I'm really happy that the WNBA is starting tonight. I want to catch some of those games too, just a little bit. I'll sneak peek in, man. Austin Rivers has some really choice words about about the NFL, man. I love it. I love the competition as far as the NBA, NFL players all the time. Just a matter of like, I feel like from a competitive standpoint, because basketball players feel like they could do everything, and for the most part, some of us can. We can play every sport. Some of us are just multi-athletes. Not all of us. Some football players can play everything. Big ups to Deion Sanders and Bo Jackson. Played in the NFL and the major leagues at the same time. Fucking great athletes. Austin Rivers said something. I'll put that down there too.
Man, where the guaranteed contracts are, where the best athletes in the world are. That's us. I could take 30 players right now in the NBA and throw them in the NFL. You cannot take 30 NFL players and put them in the NBA.
Whoa. It's because you only allowed 5 on the court. Let's all relax.
It's because you get a break every play. All you got to do is catch the ball and run north or south.
Listen, our sport.
So, yeah, man, as you can see, fucking hilarious. I do feel like in a sense that they could take 30, good players. I mean, the 7-footers, maybe not. Maybe not the 7-footers, man. They'll get broke down. But like what was Randy Moss? 6'4", 6'5". You can take all the shooting guards and all this. All the shooting guards are like 6'5", 6'6" now, and the point guards too. I think Russell Westbrook would be great as a running back. You can't fucking Russell Westbrook will run somebody the fuck over. Or he can be a great quarterback. Jalen Brunson will be a great running back. People like that. I feel like Hartenstein will be a great quarterback. People like that, you can just sit in the pocket. Like, I feel like those types of basketball players could really do something on the football field. Now, I don't know much football players, so I'll just name a couple. I know some that did play basketball. Patrick Mahomes, for sure. Patrick Mahomes. I know Randy Moss played basketball. Shout out Randy Moss, played basketball with Jason Williams in high school. I don't know if he played in college, but he played in high school. Terrell Owens probably still dunking at 50. Fucking big ups to you. So I feel like yes and no. There could be that switch. For the most part, you can't take 30 football players and put them into the NBA and they just be basketball players. Not random ones, just great ones. Like 30 of your best. Let's say 30 of your best on each. And that's the key word, is the best, because you can't just throw regular ones. You got to throw your best. Okay, let's throw your best athletes and do that. So I really feel like it was funny, in a sense. Shaq and Shannon Sharp are beefing, bro, or were beefing, whatever the case may be. Stop that fucking beef, man. Y'all are both 50. Stop the beef, bro. Shaq got in a studio. Now, at first, I haven't heard the song yet, bro, but at first I was scared, mainly because Shaq had an album go platinum. If nobody knows that, Shaq had an album go platinum, bro. So Shaq knew exactly what the fuck he was doing. He responded to what he felt was disrespectful by Shannon Sharp and what he said, and then he went into the studio. And then I haven't heard the song, but I remember being on one of Gil's lives. Shout out Gilbert Arenas. He was talking about it, that he's in it. I guess he's doing like an intro piece or something like that. So that's funny as hell in itself. He acts like one of those rappers who put like a woman talking on the voicemail or some shit. So I feel like that's really funny. I don't like that beef. I'm glad the beefs are starting to die down. Shout out to Kendrick and Drake. I like them both, so I like the competition as far as rap goes. But this is a rap page. We won't talk about that. What is funny? In basketball terms, Drake is, I don't even know what to call it. Drake is Kobe in his prime, and Kendrick is Mike in his prime, or reversed. I guess Drake came first, right? Or they can both be Mike in their prime, just mirror each other. Whatever the case may be, man. I like what Hoops is doing, man, these days. The awards this year, postseason awards. I mean, not postseason awards, but the awards that were given postseason, I really don't feel like I'm shaky about them. I mean, besides Wemby winning Rookie of the Year, man, that most improved, man. Big ups to Nas Reed, because he really came in and showed up while Cat was out and hurt. But you shouldn't have got most improved this year. I think Kobe White. I'm a big Bulls fan, man, and I really feel like Kobe White should have got that, or did Tyrese Maxey get it? I might have that mixed up. Kobe White should have got it regardless. Kobe White should have got it. I don't know what type of trades we're gonna make, but I know we have the 11th pick. I know that for sure, and I really don't. I don't know how to feel about it, bro. But I'm glad we at least made it to the play-in. I'm glad we at least had the good fight, with that. The Hawks getting the first pick. I really feel like they're trying to bring in a replacement to push Trae Young out so that they can move him to the Spurs, and I feel like that'd be a great move for him to go to the Spurs so that him and Wemby can actually flourish a little more. Trae Young has had an all-star year every year, I feel like, and I don't think everybody understands that at all. He's damn near a double-double every fucking year. They made it to the playoffs. What, 4 years since he's been there. Get this man in the fucking all-star game. I think he's only made the all-star game like once or twice, right? No, every year he needs to be in there. Some people just don't need to be in there, and I think it's the favoritism of you don't like him because he has what Anthony Edwards has, which is high energy. He loves the game a lot, and a lot of people don't love the game, and they're just playing in the NBA because they just happen to be good at it. And he's 5'11", and he has the high energy that 6'6" Anthony Edwards has. You don't like him because I'm guessing everybody in the fucking NBA and ESPN are New York Knicks fans, because those are the only people that seem not to like Trae Young. So you get him over to the West, man. Get him over to the West. Please get him to the West, so you can get some of these fucking Spurs players out there that don't like to pass Wemby the ball. Get them out of there. Send them to the Hawks, man, or send them to the G League or something. Cause Wemby need that ball, bro, and we need them accolades to pile up. I'm pretty sure if they play together, Trae Young and him for the next 10 to 15 years, man, they can get at least 1 or 2 rings. Trae Young gonna have 20,000 assists, and Wemby gonna have 52,000 points. Cause LeBron trying not to leave. He trying not to leave out the NBA. But, it's going to be like when he hurt his foot, bro. You can't be getting injured at 38 years old. I know. I got 38-year-old friends. You can't get injured at 38 years old, bro. That shit don't heal the same. That shit is paper mache when you get injured when you're 38, 39 years. He's 39, my bad. He about to be 40 this year. And shout out LeBron James. Bronny's entering the draft. He decided to stay in the draft this year. He should be projected to get drafted 15th to 20th. 15th being the highest. I'm not mad at that. He had a couple of heart problems, and I'm really happy that he healed from those. I think he went into cardiac arrest. So his freshman year was cut short, but he played. It was exciting sometimes, and sometimes it wasn't, because I guess we expected a lot from him, and from the eyes of a fan, we thought he was gonna look like LeBron at 6'2", and from the eyes of a hooper, we seen that he just needs to play a little more. He really does. I feel like I wish he would have went back to college and played one more year, but I understand, and what I will reference again is Gil. Briefly heard him talk about it, that you don't want to risk that. I mean, the whole thing is a risk in itself, but you don't want to risk, going back to college. You get nitpicked apart, and then you start fucking up, bro, and then your draft stock drop, man, and you're already like a high second round, low first round pick, man, or low second round, high first round pick, or whichever way that would go. Okay, he's gonna be drafted, let's say like 17th being the highest in the first round, and like 40th in the fucking second round. So you risk that, bro. You're gonna drop to like the 60th pick, the 59th pick, and that's the motherfucker that barely dress out on the bench. And I really feel like a lot of teams should use this, and I really don't like being petty like this, but I feel like a lot of teams should use that as leverage, man. They draft him. You get LeBron to come there. You turn your small market into a big market because LeBron's there. He's playing out the rest of his days. He's still playing at a high level. We're averaging about 26 to 27, 7-7. You get him there like the Orlando Magic, man. You get him somewhere like Houston. You get him in Texas, man, where the Spurs and the Rockets haven't been a big market in a long time, since James Harden. And then before that, what was it? Tracy McGrady and Yao Ming. So, every so often, we get that one player. I'm not a Houston fan, but I'm from Texas. But you get that one fan base, and they might buy them tickets, bro. You get them in Houston, he might have fun in Houston. You get him in You get him in Atlanta. Atlanta having the first pick. I mean, he's not gonna go the first pick, but you know, if Houston has another pick down there down the line, you get him in Chicago. You know, people are gonna buy these tickets if you get him in like a market that used to be big and it's kind of small now because of the, you know, the legends that have, you know, came and went. No, did he? But I really feel like one of these small market teams should try to get Bronny and get LeBron to come there. For sure, being Houston, the Grizzlies. I feel like the Grizzlies could have a good chance of getting him. The Magic are too guard heavy right now. I feel like they don't deserve. Because they have Paolo. The Raptors. Well, they got Emmanuel quickly. Shouts to him. There's not a lot of teams, bro. If they put like another team in Las Vegas or something that's supposedly LeBron's supposed to be opening. I mean, it's only rumored. Or the Seattle Supersonics back, man. I feel like he should be on one of those teams. I don't like what JJ Redick said about a week ago. I know I'm late on it. When he said the league was watered down because they added those expansion teams. When really, I think he did his research and he just decided to like argue a certain piece of the point. As a matter of fact, I'll just play it for you. Go ahead.
I refuse to get into the GOAT debate. I don't care. They didn't play against each other. What makes him great is the fact that he's done it now for 21 years at the highest level. Yeah, LeBron's never averaged 35 in a year. Guess what? He's averaged 25 or more for 20 straight years. We're nitpicking. A lot of times we're comparing eras. Like, I'll say this with Michael Jordan, and I don't mean this to be controversial. Michael Jordan, during his heyday, 6 teams were added to the NBA. There were 90 players added to the NBA. Does that not water down? I'm not talking playoffs, by the way. No chance we're talking playoffs. You're not telling me that the league for a little bit.
So, as you can see, but what he doesn't understand is that those teams were drafting, they were taking not the bottom, no diddy, men, but they were taking actual basketball players and they were putting the ones that were already in the league that were good players and putting them in a separate draft to draft them to those expansion teams. Those are the same people. Those are people that are like the 8th, 9th, and 10th man that can still bust your ass. These are actual basketball players. They can still bust your ass. They're getting drafted to these expansion teams so they get a chance to flourish. You know, hence why, you know, the Orlando Magic, the Heat came about. You know, so a team that Redick played for, the goddamn Magic. So that type of team, it became an expansion team, but basketball players were on that team. Like, great players were playing on that team. They were getting drafted from other places so they can actually be great players. So I feel like it wasn't watered down. I feel like in the GOAT conversation, you can say it was watered down if you don't want to read into the context, man. There was a lot of people getting drafted anyway. There was over 100 people getting drafted anyway, bro. So the league was being watered down, not because of the expansion teams, because there was just like a bunch of motherfuckers, you know, a nigga bagging at HEB in Texas can get drafted to the Spurs, you know. Those people aren't staying past 2 or 3 years. So yeah, that's the point he should have argued. He shouldn't have argued it in the GOAT debate to try to shit on Jordan and bring up LeBron, you know. So I feel like I see what he was trying to say, but he didn't say it right, which made him wrong. And you know, I don't want to say he's a bad with his basketball takes. He's a great basketball mind in this game. JJ Redick is probably next to LeBron and maybe Kyrie, RIP Kobe Bryant. They're, you know, some of the smartest basketball minds we have, and we need to continue that. They can really teach the next generation as far as, you know, having a basketball. I mean, you can't teach the IQ of the game, but you can try to help it. You know, you can help it. A lot of people don't understand the mental part of the game, and JJ Redick does, except for that fucking take right there. But other than that, I really feel like he understands the game, the X's and O's and everything, you know, when he's not on the court. But yeah, man, I'm gonna get out of here, bro. It's already 7:22, bro, and I'm really trying to watch these games. I'm tired of talking to y'all. I'm kidding, bro. But yeah, man, I'm gonna try to stay more consistent with this thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to bug Gilbert, man, to come on my shit as a guest, man. So, you know, shout out Gilbert Arenas, bro. You gonna come on my show one day, bro. No diddy. But yeah, man, like and subscribe, man. Hit that noti. And I'll see you guys next time, bro. Love and peace.